Yo, people, welcome to True Chelsea FC, your home of all you can digest on Chelsea Football Club. Welcome back again on the show. I know it's been a minute. I have been, I've been off for quite a long time now, quite a while. I've been busy attending to some pressing issues. What a World Cup that we had. I wasn't able to even watch the World Cup until the final, but it was hands down the best final World Cup final that I have witnessed since I've been watching football. I went for Argentina to win the World Cup, and it turns out, Messi finally is the real GOAT, ladies and gentlemen. So the debate of Messi and Ronaldo being, who is the GOAT should be over by now, I believe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to the show today. I do have a guest on the show today, and we're going to be discussing some real pressing issue surrounding Chelsea as a football club. As you guys can see from the topic of this video, so we're going to be talking: is Graham Potter the right man for the job? Is he the right man to take Chelsea forward? And what it means to rebuild Chelsea Football Club? What does it mean to rebuild Chelsea Football Club? All of these we're going to cover in this video. I'm going to be covering with you, with my guest. We're going to be having this discussion. So I'm going to bring him on the show right now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Here we go. He's on the backstage staring at me. Should be my guy, the Z's. Welcome to the show. What do you have to say to the fans?
Which was a very good one. So I'm glad that the World Cup is over now. So we are back to talk football.
Back to football, yeah, back to Premier League.
I can't see you, though. I can't see you.
I don't know, for some reason it's. Were you able to see me before? The previous video we did. Were you able to see me?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's fine
Anyway, I'll try and sort that out. But as long as you can hear me, right? You can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But me, I can see you here. I can see you here. I don't know why you can't see me, but yeah. All right, bro. So let's talk about this. I want us to talk about the fact that if Graham Potter is the right man for Chelsea, and what does it mean to rebuild Chelsea as a football club? Because as far as we're concerned right now, every single Chelsea fan knows that we are actually going through a rebuild process, and rebuild processing it's not something that you just get done in in a month or in 3 months. It's a gradual process. Coming back to the Premier League after the World Cup, we did play. I think it was the Bournemouth that we played. So we played Bournemouth. We got 3 points from that. It was a lot better than the performance was a lot better than what it was before the World Cup, before the break. But still, there's still some things that you can see happening. That's happened from before the World Cup, in terms of the players, in terms of the mentality of the players, the way they move the ball. Even though they moved the ball quite well, against Bournemouth, taking to the fact that Bournemouth were even worse than us. So we got 3 points from there, and again the second game, which was against the Nottingham Forest that we played, they drew 1-1. We should be taking 3 points from that game. I mean, Nottingham Forest are one of the bottom 3 teams right now. I
What
think.
was playing then? Number 19.
Yeah. So like we should be taking there was no excuses at all for us not taking any point from that game. We should be taking 3 points. And again we went to that game, we showed lack of lack of there's lack of intensity. There's the body language of the players are just like all over the place. We're moving the ball too slow. Like I just feel like right now there's some of these players that needs, because I'm getting to the point where what I'll say, listen, I think it's the right time for us to start getting rid of the old players that we have in the squad, like all the old players that have been in the squad for the past 6 years. I think it's the right time to start doing that. We cannot do that in the one window. Like it's not possible. So it's something that we have to keep doing. Like we have to do gradually. So not drifting away from the topic is in. I'm going to ask you this question. Like, do you think is Graham Potter the right man for this job? Like, based on your own like personal opinion and like what you've seen in terms of what you've witnessed from Graham Potter in terms of since his time at Brighton, what he's done at Brighton and everything, all combined together. Do you think he's the right man?
At this point, I don't really know because if you compare his start to Tuku, we're definitely underperforming compared to Chico. And if you look at the last 5, 6, 7 games, they only won like 1 match,
Yeah.
like which is very very poor. So in terms of like is Graham Potter the right manager for the job here? Right now I can't really say. We have to give him a bit more time. But as a Chelsea fan and what's it called? It's a thing where like I think in order for us to go forward, I wouldn't say maybe Graham Potter is the right man for the job because you can't compare someone that is managing Brighton or Everton or all this kind of thing to someone that is going to manage Chelsea, where you have to play at least Champions League football every season and try and win a trophy. So that's totally two different experiences. And it's the thing where like I'm not able to show you the way the thing is going because for the past only God knows now we've been linked with what's it called? We've been linked with different players every day. It just shows me that maybe the team has no direction and where they know where they're going. Because like literally like we just want to buy every single player. And I don't think as a manager that is in full control of the team, you're just going to be buying every single player. Because 1 minute you're linked with this player, next minute you're linked with this player. As a man, I think like maybe the owners they're trying to recruit, but I don't think maybe they're going about recruiting in the right way. Because you have to let a manager buy a player that you actually want. You get what I'm trying to say?
I understand. Yeah. I
All
understand.
these players that we're buying, they're good players, but are they the right fit for the manager?
Uh,
Because if you look at actually the team that we got right now, it's not a bad team, but they're underperforming. You get what I'm
but
trying to say? That's not Potter's team. And you get what I'm saying? Like, if you buy a player for manager, the manager doesn't need it, eventually nothing is not going to work.
bro,
And
yeah.
the thing is, as a club like Chelsea, when we are repeating, we can't be repeating. We can't be going for like maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons without winning nothing or looking for it. Chelsea team, we only need to rebuild maybe in the space of a year or two because it's not that hard. The whole squad is there. You get what I'm trying to say? Because if you look at it, summer transfer window, we spend about $300. There's nothing to show for it. We spend almost. You get what I'm trying to say? And we're still on number 9 or stuff like that.
All right.
So what's the point of us spending 300 million in summer and we are not even in top 4 or maybe even top 5?
All right.
Can't beat like basic things. You only one out of like maybe 17 matches or 16 matches. You only won 6.
All right. So the thing is, let me chip in one more quick question. Like, based on the way the team is performing at the moment, on the level we're performing at the moment, I need you to take into consideration our performance under Tuku towards the end of his, his tenure at Chelsea, towards the end of his year at Chelsea. After that 6 months, period where he won us the Champions League and the Club World Cup and Super Cup. After that, from the way this team has been performing since then up until now, would you say like the problem with Chelsea right now is the manager, or would you say more of the problem is with the players?
I wouldn't say it's the player, because you have to take. Because look at Arsenal that is number 1 right now. I'm sorry to say it, but you can't say Arsenal team is better than Chelsea team, regardless if they are player for player. But the way they're performing good. Because when people left, Potter is still playing the same formation. Chelsea can't be playing 5 defenders against low, but like number 20, number 19, 18, 17 team. We have to play to attack. Okay, the last 3 games that we play this World Cup now, we play like 4 defender, 4-3-3 or stuff like that. We look more attacking. You get what I'm trying to say? Look at all our players, they play at the World Cup. Look at Ziyech, play really well. Look at Sterling, he played well. Even Pulisic, he played well.
Yeah, but
our problem is not defending. What's the point of us using 5 defender and we're still conceding goals?
Okay, wait.
So what I'm trying to say is that we are lacking creativity.
Yeah, but is that we're lacking creativity? But based on what you've just said, yeah, like, okay, all these players right now, they during the World Cup, a lot of them performed well during the World Cup, which I agree with. But then, would you not look at it and say, okay, maybe, there is something with these players, like playing at Stamford Bridge. Okay, anyways, from my own take, yeah, but do you know why I asked that question? Do you know why I asked that question? This we all know, this isn't the first time we've had this issue with these players, well, especially Chelsea players. Because like I said, we have a lot of out of this of our squad, we have a lot of players that have been in this team for the past 6-7 years. They've gone through different managers. They've gone through like 4 managers, right? And all the managers have said the same thing about this group of players, like that these players are hard to coach. They're hard to coach. There has to be a reason for that. Now, this is where I question the mentality of the player, right?
It's not about hard to coach.
Bro,
you have to play according to the team you have.
Bro, it doesn't matter. Let me tell you. Let me see from what I've seen, right? From what I've seen with these players since even before Tuku left, you can tell that things are beginning to go downwards after Tuku won that Champions League. This is not the first. Remember, this is not the first time we will hire a new manager, and most of the time the team will pick form, will win something, and then after that everything will goes down. There has to be a reason for that happening, and this is where I question for me. This is why personally, this is why I look into the player more than the manager. Right? This is where I look more than the manager, because for me, if I'm to
what I'm trying to say, sorry to call you, what I'm trying to say is, okay, so you got Potter now, you gave him a long time contract. Chelsea, yeah, we spent 300 million. So we already bought about 3 question is it Potter signing those players or is Chelsea are signing those players
Okay.
because they think that they could.
Yeah.
Because okay, look, we already signed like maybe 3-4 players that are still coming in now.
Okay.
Like it doesn't make any sense. Potter is not the one signing the players, and all this player comes in. He doesn't fit. They don't fit into his plan. He's still going to be the same.
Yeah.
Same
Let me answer that. Let me answer
me
that.
personally, I feel like we are not even buying players that are like okay, cool. We bought in Kuku, really good player. He can go into anything and can.
Wait. Yeah.
Nkuku is not a striker. He's literally like another player like Albert that can play attacking mid slash supporting striker. He scores goals. He's gonna come now. No creativity.
But you know exactly. But you know he does play as a striker though for Leipzig.
That's what I'm saying. Similar to Albert.
It's kind of more similar to.
It's not like
it's kind of more similar to. It's kind of more similar for me. I would say it's kind of more similar to Thibaut Werner.
No,
because he plays in front.
He was playing attacking mid. Because he was scoring goals, so they tried to move him.
What's happening? Scott, what's happening?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sorry about that.
Yeah,
so
you're back on.
It's more of a thing where like if they keep buying players that doesn't fit into the manager plan, nothing will work. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Right now, I think we need to all these players that we're trying to buy. We're buying all these 18-year-old, 21-year-old players. They're good for future, but right now we need something.
But
we need a proper midfield. All these that are midfield that are maybe it's time to refresh them. All these they go to different teams, they will play good. All these they go to different teams, they will play good. But what I'm trying to say, there's no kind of Chelsea is used to buying players from managers and nothing will work. If we keep doing this, because another manager, if they start Potter today, this same squad, another man can take over and it's going to go and win something with these players. You get what I'm trying to say? If the manager, okay, cool, this is good enough. They'll buy player for him as well again now. He's still going to be the same shit.
Let me. I understand. Listen, yeah. Let me take it from there, yeah. You asked the question earlier. You said the players that we're buying those players that we bought during the summer, are they for Potter or are they, for Tuchel? The thing is, when the new owner came in, they wanted to work with Tuchel. It's not like they didn't want to work with Tuchel. They wanted to buy players that will fit Tuchel's style of play. They wanted to buy players that if you notice that he has a say in those players that we bought. It's not like they just went out to pick one player and then buy, oh yeah, we feel like this player is good, it's going to fit Chelsea, the way Chelsea play, oh, let's just buy him. No. Tuchel was involved in all the players that we got in, including Lukaku. So it's not, do you understand what I'm saying? It's not like Todd Bowley just started splashing money and started buying players for the sake of it. No, he bought those players based on Tuchel's approval, based on the fact that he wanted to work with Tuchel. But the whole thing fell apart because Tuchel didn't buy into the idea of the owners. You understand? Like he didn't buy into the whole idea of I don't know what the whole thing. He didn't buy into the idea of the owners. So now that Potter came in, now he have to work with those players that we bought under Tuchel.
Okay, I understand it. So you're telling me when Potter came in, he's still going with the same formation Tuchel was playing that we're not getting. So he only changed the formation now that we came back from work, which is something that we can see slightly.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, obviously, like he was still playing the 3-back. He was still playing the 3-back because sometimes, if you look at Brighton as well, he does play 3-back at Brighton. Sometimes he does. He does.
Seems like just kind of playing 3 at the back.
Exactly. Yeah. I understand.
You're playing 5 at the back. You're playing 5 at the back. You're playing against team like Man City, play for at the back,
Yeah.
they're beating up. If all these small teams that play for at the back, they're scoring, they're beating up. So what's the point of playing there at the back?
Look, I
understand
understand the whole.
there's some matches that maybe you have to be tactical, think that okay, cool, this match we need to do three at the back. Okay? But you can't be playing every single match is small team, Carling Cup, FA Cup, everything. Five at the back is very frustrating and annoying. Man. There's no point of using five at the back and still be considered 2, 3, 4, 5 goals.
Yeah, I understand all that, right? For me, I question that as well.
We need proper wingers. We need proper wingers that can create chances.
Definitely.
I will bet you anything right now. Yeah. If Chelsea bring Alan into that team,
Alan is not scoring any. There's no point of us even buying Alan. If we bring Alan in, Alan ain't doing shit. Alan ain't doing shit because the players are not creating. Like, we don't have any creativity in the team. That's what I've been saying. Like, these players, in terms of what we're aiming for as a Chelsea football club, like, I don't feel like these players are not good enough to carry us for that long. They're not good enough. This is their last straw. Like, they've reached their last straw at the moment. Like, they've reached their last straw. So I feel like maybe if they go to a different team, they will perform in a different team. But at this point in time, like, let's be realistic. A lot, like 70% of this team right now, they're not Chelsea level anymore. Let's just be realistic with that. They're not Chelsea level anymore. So the whole thing of if Potter is the right man or if Potter isn't the right man, for me, I wouldn't come out and say, oh yeah, he's definitely the right man. But what I would say is, I've seen what he's done. I've seen the way he can develop players. I've looked at what he's done at Brighton, right?
No, we are not developing players.
Bro, calm down. You see where this is where the problem comes.
No, forget.
That's it. Let me finish. Hear me out. Oh, hear me out.
No. Tell me what team out there that is a big team that developed. Oh, when Arsenal was playing back in that case, he didn't get them.
When I mean develop players.
They buy ready-made player. They will support him with like maybe a few of one or two.
When I mean develop, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but when I mean develop players, I don't mean us buying 19-year-old player or 18-year-old player and put them in the team and they will be the starting 11 and then we develop them until they're 23, 25. No. What I mean develop player is we buy players that are maybe in the range, like age range of like 22, 23, you know, but you can see you can tell that this player is the high quality player. They can potentially reach that high world-class level where other big teams like Real Madrid can start coming in for them or something. Something like that. I'm not saying we're developing. That's yeah. Me.
Have too much of them. You can only have about maybe 2 or 3 on the pitch.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can only have about 2 or 3.
Yeah.
The rest has to be that okay, cool.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Let me finish. Yeah, hear me out. What I'm saying is, from what I've seen from Graham Potter at Brighton, right? He's bought in some players. He's bought in. Yeah, I know he's Brighton. I'm not saying that we're going to be like Brighton. What I'm just saying is, in terms of him being able to work with players, man manage players, make players that you think that, oh, who is this guy? You know, become like a sought after player. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I feel like he needs to be given time because we don't know yet. I can't, like I said, that's why I can't say like if he's 100% the right man for the job until he's been given the time. And
yeah, when you say time,
you never know yet. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of us Chelsea fans, we lack so much patience that we just want to win. When I say time, I'm talking about 2 years minimum, at least minimum 2 years. He needs to be given the time to buy his own player. Let them get him his own. Remember, we just recruited we just changed our whole board, our whole backroom staff, all the directors and everything. So we brought in directors that will actually look for players that will suit the manager, that will look for players that can take the club forward, right?
Okay, I'm not.
Now that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing right now.
I understand we're going through a lot of transition, which I understand. What my own problem right now is all this thing with. I'm not sure if you're keeping up with Chelsea news and transfer.
No, of course, I'm keeping up with the news.
Players that we are buying.
Yeah.
Is Potter approving them, or are they just buying them because this player is good? Because I'm not going to lie to you, the player that we're buying is good.
No.
So the thing is like, is he the one approving? Okay, cool, I want this player. Because if that's not the case, nothing will change.
I would like,
When Ziyech came, he was very good. We bought about how many players that time? That season, about 9. Remember that Lampard season? We bought about 9 players. He didn't get us nowhere. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say.
I'm concerned, okay, cool. We need 2 seasons. This season, okay, cool. Next season, we need to start seeing changes. So what I'm trying to say is, all these players, it can only work if it's the one approving the players. If it's not approving the players, and we need players at the right point. There's no point of the player that just work for Monaco now. I've seen him here for his age. He's actually played a lot of matches. But he's left centre back. Are we trying to play that again? Or I don't understand.
No. Remember, we can't keep Thiago Silva forever as well.
Yeah.
We can't keep Thiago Silva forever. And Koulibaly is not really on form.
If you look at it, Man City defense is not the best for the score. When you can score your opponent, they won't penetrate your defense. If you're attacking your opponent, you're pushing them back there. The only need for defender is buy proper center.
It's not
buy proper DM, buy proper wingers. That's what we do. I can guarantee you today, if we have like proper wingers that can create chances and goal, Aubameyang or maybe what's it called? Right now.
Don't even mention Aubameyang, mate. Let me. You know what? Yeah. Let me.
Any good wingers or midfielder that is creating chances. For the striker, whatever striker we have, they will be scoring goals.
Yeah, you know, again,
Do you think it's Aubameyang's fault that is not scoring?
Bro,
Chelsea are not doing nothing, bro.
Yeah, obviously.
They're not doing nothing.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have anyone with creativity.
No boy is coming to the ball. So come out and collect the ball.
Again, another point that I want to mention. It's not, it's not just about buying the players that are good for the position. It's not just about buying the players that are good for the position. It's again buying the players with the right mentality, that will have the right mentality. Because you can have players that's good. You can have players that is good, but they don't have the desire to do that attacking that you're talking about. They might not have the desire to do that. But they might have the skills. But they might not have the desire to play the way the manager wanted them to play, which I think a lot of the problem that we're having with the current players that we have right now.
All these players that we're buying, they're all top players. And if you actually look at manager, it's a top manager. If it maybe let's say we have Pochettino, or maybe
I don't even want Pochettino.
Or maybe I'm just saying Conte, that they know that they prove themselves at the highest level. Maybe they will show them more respect. You get what I'm trying to say? So someone like Potter that just managed right thing, what do you expect to play?
For me, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Again, that's where for me I question the players, man. The way the players think, they're thinking. Like, you shouldn't be thinking like, oh yeah, this manager is the only manager Brighton, or we can't be bothered. No, you still have to put the effort, even if the manager comes from Ipswich Town, like they still have to put effort 100%. So if they're already thinking that, oh yeah, this manager is not a top manager, blah blah blah, what does he know? I can't be bothered. Then that's why I question the players' mentality. You get where I'm coming from? So now, to say, I would like to think that the players that we're currently targeting right now are being approved by the manager. I would like to think that, because we have football director of football now. We have everything structured. So I would like to think all these signings we're doing, Potter is involved, and it's not like we're just buying players like, for the sake of buying players like we used to do under Roman Abramovich. Because under Abramovich, we all know that Chelsea just buy player for the sake of, oh yeah, this guy has a big name, he scored 50 goals, oh let's just quickly buy him. It will help Chelsea to win something. But football doesn't work like that anymore. Like, it doesn't really work like that anymore. You need to get players that fit the system. You need to know this is the system I want to be playing. These are the caliber of players that I need to play that system. For me right now, I know a lot of Chelsea fans are complaining that they're not seeing anything with Graham Potter. They are not seeing any system. They don't know what system he's playing, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. Right? Maybe the fact that we're not seeing much, we've seen a lot. We've seen some kind of difference in terms of the way we move the ball, the way we play, like under Tuchel. Because under Tuchel, we just play sideways. We just play to one wing and then play it back. Once the team is there, once the team sat down, we're not like we don't know anything. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. But under Potter, at least you can still see some kind of ball movement in the middle of the midfield and stuff like that. But even though he's still a bit slow and sluggish, but you can see there's a bit of change, right? Maybe because these players he knows that these players are not the right players to bring his system into forward. So us going to get new players right now, I believe it will work with those new players. It will train them. We will beginning to see Potter ball. We will beginning to see more stuff. Because right now, I'm not going to lie, like a lot of Chelsea fans out there on Twitter, they seems to believe that we have what it takes to make top four. We have what it takes. Like we have one of the best midfield. We don't. Like our midfield is completely dead. Out of the top four, no, bro. Let's be honest. We don't. We don't have the players to make the top four, bro. We don't have the players to make top four. Out of the top 10, currently right now, out of the top 10 team, do you know we're the only team that doesn't have a CDM? Like we don't have a CDM, bro. Let's just be honest. Out of the top 10 team, we don't have a CDM. So how do you want to win? How do you want to make a top four if your midfield is being run over every week in and week out? They're being run over. We don't have a midfield.
That's different to saying that we don't have better players than.
So if your team is not creating, if the players aren't creating goals, I know what I'm saying, yeah, but we don't even have that. CDM is to sit back and defend and protect the defenders, but we don't have that. And on top of that, we don't even have any players that is creating anything. So all those two is combined. So how do you want to? So how can you tell me?
What I'm saying, I saw you're comparing Chelsea team to Tottenham team.
I'm comparing to Chelsea team. Currently, right now on form, right now Newcastle are better than us.
On form, I'm saying, of course they are.
They are playing better than us mentally. It's not just about thing. You're talking of names. Forget about names. Yeah, we have the player that have the names. We have the player that have the names. We have the player with the names. We don't have the player with the mentality. If we play Newcastle today, we're getting smashed. Big time, we're getting flogged. It's not even about this. Forget about names. I'm not talking about names. We have Ziyech, yes, the name is there. Jorginho, the name is there. Forget about it. It's not about football, it's not about names. We have the player that have the names, but they don't have the capacity, they don't have the mentality right now to take us anywhere. Whereas Newcastle have it, Arsenal have it right now. And this is why I question the players more than the manager. And talking of this rebuilding process, we need rebuild. in order for us to rebuild and be on the same level as Man City right now, let's be honest, we need to scrap 80% of our squad needs to go, and we need to do that gradually. It's not like something that we can do. It's not like something that we can do in one football. Because rebuilding, if you're talking of a rebuild, like a lot of people don't understand the meaning of rebuilding stuff. Like rebuilding, if you have a house and you want to,
let's say we have, let's say Abramovich is still the owner now.
Yeah.
It's easier to rebuild quicker. But we have a new owner, new backroom staff.
Exactly.
So
taking to the fact that our club is not even run properly under Abramovich in the first place. Like the whole structure of the backroom staff was all over the place. So this man is just putting things together right now. So when you are rebuilding, we need to suffer. What I'm going to say here, we need, as a Chelsea Football Club right now, let's be honest with ourselves. I know a lot of our fans don't want to hear this. We need to suffer a short-term pain right now to have a long-term, but when I mean short-term doesn't mean 6 months. In my short-term is like at least 2 years minimum. It's at least 2 years minimum. We need to forget about making top four. We need to forget about winning trophy or making top four right now. Yeah, we can win some cups. Competition. You guys have a very big expectation. Your expectation is too high. Your expectations is too high right now. We're going through a rebuild process, bro.
Just hold on. What I'm trying to say is, if we're like team like Arsenal that went through that kind of thing, I understand. But what I'm trying to say now is we're spending big money. There's no way for us to be spending all this kind of money and go 2 years. If you Arsenal this way, they're not spending money. So like that, so I understand, okay, cool. They went through a setup like maybe almost 3 years before they start getting to where they are right now. Fine, that's good. Liverpool, when the club came in here, the first 2 seasons the second season you can already see what he's trying to do.
Exactly, and that's 2 years, right? So didn't they spend money?
So what I'm saying there, we can't be spending 300 million like 6 months ago. We're already spending over 150 million. We already bought our 4 players now. I'm not talking about summer window. I'm talking about even the current one. We already bought about 4 players. We're probably going to buy into Fernandes. We're still going to buy 2 more other players. And this January. So from this January transfer and next summer transfer, we're probably going to be spending up to maybe 300 to 400 million. So we can't be spending that kind of money. We're saying like we have to wait 2 years.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We need to.
Not spending those kind of money. If you're not spending those kind of money, then we can say okay 2 years. But we can't be spending 3, 4, 500 million. So if we spend all this money by summertime, that means maybe in the last 1 year we're going to spend about maybe 600 million without seeing no results. Is that what you want to know?
What I'm saying is, yes, we're playing. We're signing players, right? Okay, yes, we've signed players in the summer, but they aren't the right. They're not. We're not signing. Previously, we're not signing. We're signing big names. We're spending big money. We're signing just because we want to win stuff. But we're not doing it the right way. We're not signing the right player. We're not signing the right. So right now, we're targeting. We're working on targeting the right players that will fit the system for this manager, right? Yes, we spent money in the summer, but that's for a different manager, right? So, but even though we spend a lot of money, right? So, what I'm saying is, with all this rebuilding stuff going on, we need to give time. It's going to take us time to get rid of all the old players that we have, to bring in a new one. We might bring in 2 players this January or 3 players this January that will be in the first.
We bought a player from Monaco. We bought that guy. We bought like that.
Yeah, but are they going to be in the first? Are they going to be in the first team though? Is the question.
Exactly.
So we need
Yeah, that's my point.
that, yeah, but
Why are we
Jamal,
buying all these players?
Jamal, this
Don't
club,
go
this
with them.
you are getting it wrong. We have a goal. This club, this Chelsea right now is a football club. We're heading to a different direction. We have a goal. We're trying to build other clubs that will feed our main Chelsea club, right? And some of these players that we're signing is for that purpose, right? So feed that purpose as well. So, like, okay, we've signed about 3 players or 4 players now, but out of those 4 players, I think two should be making the first team. I don't know, like the guy that we just signed from Monaco, and it ended up by finalizing Enzo Fernandez, because I think like we are on the verge of finalizing Enzo Fernandez right now. So we should, by the end of this, hopefully we should get that sorted. That those 2 players definitely guaranteed first 11. So that's what I'm saying. So imagine we only signed those 2 players this January, right? And maybe Ziyech leave, and or one of the midfielder, maybe Jorginho or Ziyech leave. That's 2. Then come summer, we're gonna sign maybe 3 more players. So that's why I'm saying it's gonna take some time.
All these people here, they need to leave.
They need to leave, definitely. I agree with you. They need to leave because
It's not about.
it's gonna take some time to leave, to get them out as well. It's gonna take like two windows to get them out. One January window and one summer window.
We need to be careful because we're spending recklessly that we can literally break the financial fair play, and if we breach that thing, we're gonna be in deep trouble.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that does it. Hopefully we caution ourselves the way we spend. The way we spend.
We're just spending recklessly, man. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Hopefully we caution ourselves the way we
The way
spend.
we are playing
But I
right now,
believe,
we can't be banned for like 2 windows.
yeah,
Like under Abramovich.
we can't afford
We're
that.
gonna be in like regulation zone.
We can't afford that at all. We can't afford that at all. So, anyways, yeah. So that, with that being said, I mean, we have a match right now. I think it was on. Is it on tomorrow? Right? Are we playing Man City tomorrow? Thursday. Thursday, yeah. So it's tomorrow. So we have Man City coming up. We're playing them twice. How do you feel about the game? Like, how do you feel like? Because right now, for me personally, like, I'm not looking forward to that game. I'm not looking forward to the game.
I'll
Like,
watch it, but I don't see nothing happening. The match we can get out, the match is probably
a draw. Yeah. So for me, I'm not hoping for. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not
right
hoping
now,
for us
I'm
winning.
gonna be watching the match. Even apart from Man City, every single Chelsea match I'm watching right now, just watching like this to see what direction we're heading. So right now, I'm not expecting. I'm beat Nottingham Forest, and you expect us to beat Man City.
Well, it's madness. So for me, like I said, personally as a fan, I'm gonna keep supporting this team. I'm gonna keep supporting the process, as they call it, supporting the process.
Yeah, just
I'm gonna keep supporting the board. I believe in the process. I will keep supporting it, but I still believe I believe we need to give him time, at least 2 seasons max, to get his ideas in. Let him get his players. If he gets his players and then we're still struggling, on top of that we're still struggling, nothing is working, then listen, I will say, okay, yeah, he's not the right man. Definitely not the right man. Or until then, I wouldn't just come out after 3 months and say, oh yeah, it's not good enough, it's not, it's not good enough, it's not the right man, and start questioning him. I mean, I watched a lot of big channel. I've seen a lot of big channels, some of the big channel questioning the fact that, he doesn't do anything on the touchline. He doesn't scream. He doesn't do this. Oh, it's why we're not seeing any performance from the player. For me, I think that's a whole lot of nonsense. I don't believe in that. Graham Potter, personally, every manager has their personality, the way they manage their team. Not every manager will be like Thomas Tuchel, jumping up and down, screaming, punching, and doing all sort of things. Even at this point in time, that even doesn't work with the player. It doesn't matter. Even if Graham Potter right now starts shouting and screaming on the touchline, it's not going to change anything in these players right now from what I'm saying. Because if you notice, even before Tuku left, Tuku still, with all his shouting and all his screaming, being animated on the touchline, it still doesn't stop us from losing games. It didn't stop us from losing games. The players didn't bother. They're still performing the same way. They're still moving the ball slow as a snail. They're still misplacing passes and all that. So for me, all that animated this and that doesn't really make any difference, to be honest. It doesn't. So I'm just gonna say, right now we need to look. As a fan, we need to be more patient. We need to look at what Arsenal like. We need to look at what Arsenal. I'm not saying that we're on the same level. Like, I'm not saying that we should be on the same level as Arsenal, or but I'm just saying in terms of the way Arsenal were patient with Arteta for that space of 3 years, because it could have easily been sacked, but they did believe in him. They trusted him that he's the right man for the job, and they provide him the players. And if you notice what Arteta did, he got rid of all those old players in Arsenal. All those old players, he managed to get rid of them slowly. He got rid of them, and he bought the players that he believed that would buy into his idea and will play. So that's what Potter needs to do. So that's what we need to do right now. That's what Potter needs to do right now at Chelsea. All those old players that seems not to be too bothered anymore, that doesn't have the strength or the physicality to handle Premier League. They need to go. They need to go. Or I'm sorry, Pulisic needs to go, Ziyech needs to go, Jorginho needs to go, Loftus-Cheek needs to go, Kovacic needs to go. Who else is there? Aubameyang needs to go. A lot of players need to go. Our whole midfield needs to be restructured. We need new players in that midfield. I mean, come on. When was the last time we have midfielder like like Fabregas or Matic? We don't have all defensive midfield players anymore. Those are the last ones we've had, and since then, all our players have been scrappy. So until we do that right now, until then, we will start seeing progress slowly. We will start seeing things, but it's a gradual process. Anyways, that's what I'm trying to say. We just need to give him time. Let's learn from the previous clubs that are doing things right now. Let's learn from that. I mean, look at who can anyone believe? I mean, at the start of Premier League, nobody even talk about Arsenal being on the top of the league. Look at the way Arsenal are playing right now. Like, Arsenal are on fire. They are like a different animal right now. They're a different animal right now. All they're there mentally. All the players are sync. Mentally, physically, everyone is on point. Everyone is on point. But at Chelsea, it's just like players can't be bothered. They can't be. And for me, I believe that we have some players in that squad that are good enough. But the fact that they're playing around, they're surrounded by other players that are not good enough or are not willing to put 100%. So it allows, like, it affects their performance in the team. Look at Sterling. Sterling is now playing like what? Like the rest of the players now. Sterling is now playing like Ziyech. He's now playing. I mean, Sterling can't even dribble past one player anymore. I mean, can you explain to me that only happens when you play around players that are not up to the level? And I keep saying that. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up anyway. So I keep saying that I feel like we have players that are good enough, but they're just not playing around the players that are on their standard. Okay, look at Havertz. Why do you think Havertz performs when he goes back to Germany? He performs for Germany because he's playing around players that are on the same level, on the same quality. Every players want to play together. But Chelsea, once he comes back to Chelsea, everything goes upside down again. He capitulated. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So so that would bring us to the end of the show right now. We've spent almost close to 50 minutes right now. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you guys that's tuning. Thank you for coming. I'm back again now. I will be doing more live shows. I'm gonna start doing go back to my live stream as well. Whenever I have time to do it, I will do it. Yeah, thank you, Daziz, my guy, for coming on to the show. I look forward to have you again on the next show. Yeah, so that will be it for now, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you guys. I don't know if I will. I'm not sure I will be live streaming tomorrow's match because I will be at work, so I might not have time for that. If we're playing over the weekend, I will definitely do a live stream. I'll look at the schedules. So if we're playing over the weekend, I'm definitely doing a live stream for that. So that will be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Up the Chelsea. Bye for now.
Yeah. Let's go. Just another day, chilling in the hood, up to no good, I'm never in the mood. I wish a nigga would, she wants a nigga would, but she's for the neighborhood. On a different level, you can never reach, that's the type of shit you can never teach. Listen when I speak, listen, hate me or love me or suck my dick. Still doing that, why should I repent? Handful of sins, I know I'm going out. Nigga best believe when I say I don't care. Go like a rock star, talk like a boxer, smoke like a rasta, fuck like a porn star. No Benjamins, no benefits. Yeah, I'm the shit. Anything else is relevant. I choose to